Hi, it's Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media. I'm here in the studio in Bremen at Breakbulk Europe, and I'm joined by Dominik from Zeamarine. Welcome.
Thank you, Leslie.
No, you can't have it. It's great to have you here. Now, you've just finished a panel on compliance and IMO. So could you give us some highlights of that?
Absolutely. We just finished up a very interesting panel discussion on IMO 2020. And we noticed that most people still believe that IMO 2020 will go into effect on January 1st, 2020. While that is true, we will see the effects much earlier in terms of rates and commercial impact. Our fleet needs to be prepared for the new regulations. We have to comply with it. It's our responsibility to do that. At the same time, we preparations already started, and all these preparations are associated with costs that we already have now. And we expect that as of late summer, we will see a significant rate increase because our ships need to run on 3 cycles of IMO compliant fuel in order to be ready for the regulations that kick in on January 1st.
Do you anticipate that there'll be any fuel shortages?
Not in the base ports. We may see a shortage of supply in the smaller ports, and the only option we have is then to go to the bigger ports, to the large main ports, to get fuel. And all of that will again have an impact on the rates because we need to deviate from our traditional trading routes.
Right. So how are you communicating this to your customers?
Good question. There hasn't been a...
You have a lot here at Breakbulk.
Yes,
right?
correct. We hope that we were able to clear the air a little bit, on communication. The problem is that the industry does not have a common answer to that because we don't know what the fuel costs are going to be. And if you think, or if you consider that 30 to 40% of our total voyage expenses are related to bunker fuel, and now you consider that there will be an increase of more than $250 per ton when you compare IFO to IMO compliant fuel, then it's a simple calculation. There will be a hefty increase in freight rates, and we won't see it only on January 1st. We'll see it a lot earlier.
Got it. Okay. Well, certainly, though, projects are in the pipeline and cargo has to move. So
Correct.
Still going. So in light of that, we've had a couple of difficult years, but things seem to be looking up a bit. What is your perspective, and for the carrier sector in particular, how are you feeling these days?
We see a lot of project tender opportunities out there. We expect a new tidal wave of projects in the US. We expect the same in Australia. This trade war and tariffs will have an impact. The world is also slow in moving into a recession, which we need to consider. At the same time, after this IMO regulation kicks in, we believe that the older tonnage that consumes a lot of bunker won't be able to compete anymore because their variable costs increase significantly when you compare it to our young fleet.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, finally, tell us a little bit about Zeamarine, which is a fairly new entity, and what are your plans?
Yes, Zeamarine is indeed a very new entity. It was created through mergers and acquisitions, and at the beginning it was, of course, a big puzzle, and we worked very hard to sort that puzzle. It's all coming together now. We have one common face to the customer, which is ultimately important. I believe we have a very good fleet, including very eco-friendly and fuel-efficient ships that will allow us to compete very hard in the marketplace. And I think we created a team spirit, and that's not an easy thing when you consider that the company was created out of 5 companies. And I'm proud of that. We'll continue with that, and you should hear more about Zeamarine on a very regular basis.
Well, I look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.